Hi everybody, welcome to the video. Today we're going to be exploring the last part of Donnellan, which will be the southern end of this zone. So we're just going to see where it takes us. There are a couple areas I do want to check out here. So there are a couple things that came up. Earlier I was in Limsa and I was able to travel to the Adventurers Guild. Now, what I mean by that is, like, if I go into Limsa, like if I teleported to Limsa right now and went to the Adventurers Guild, there's no NPCs in there to talk to. But I was able, through their wiki, the Project Meteor wiki, found a section called Points of Interest. And they provide different regions within the zone, so like the Adventurers Guild being one of them. And they provide coordinates on where to teleport to. So I did that earlier. So I was in Limsa, I warped into the Adventurers Guild, and I was able to load up all the NPCs in the Adventurers Guild. Because the zones are set up to where, like, if I walked into, normally if I would walk into the Adventurers Guild, it will load in the Adventurers Guild zone, and then it will basically, I guess the best way to describe it is that it will seamlessly transition from the Limsa zone into the Adventurers Guild zone. So that's why if I teleport to Limsa, there will be nobody there if I just walked into the Adventurers Guild. So that's one of those things where I had to actually warp into the location. So, but I was able to figure that out, and there are a bunch of other areas that are like that, so it gives us more NPCs to talk to. And the other thing is, it's kind of a funny story, because I didn't think really when I bought it, but I did buy Final Fantasy XII. And unfortunately, because I'm still new to YouTube, I didn't think to buy it for the PC. Instead, I bought it for the Nintendo Switch, which I do have stuff to record it with. It's a matter of trying to get that set up. But I kind of wish I thought about it a little bit and bought it for the PC. And the other thing that I wanted to bring up is, so today is Monday, so tomorrow I'll be receiving a 1 terabyte SSD hard drive. So that way I'll be able to create more videos and have more videos lined up to upload, especially the cutscenes. Like, I'm trying my best to get to the cutscenes, as I can upload only so much until I, you know, do the, like, YouTube guidelines in order to upload as much as I want. But obviously there's a rule for that, because you don't want to just spam videos and stuff like that. But at least I'll have the cutscenes lined up and not having to transfer them to different hard drives and stuff and making stuff complicated. But the complicated thing about getting a new hard drive is I'm going to be having to reinstall literally probably everything. much of a headache it's probably going to be, but it is worth it if I can get this working again. If worst comes to worst, like, I'll use this hard drive that I have right now. So this is Nald's reflection here. So it looks just like the sort of like tempo we saw in the last video in Dahl's Respite. I do admit these areas are really, I think these areas are really cool. I wonder if there are NPCs in here that you talk to. Yeah, I'm so excited about getting a bigger hard drive finally. It's just going to be complicated. I mean, not complicated, just kind of tedious of having to reinstall everything. So, but I don't plan on doing that until like my day off. That way I can have everything set up. Get everything set up in one day. So let's see, let's go up here. So yeah, I bought Final Fantasy 12. Fully known that was gonna be the next Final Fantasy that I play. But I decided I'm probably just gonna play it while the videos are uploading. Because the hardest thing to do while uploading videos is like I can't really play anything because of how Adobe likes to slow down my PC. So it'll give me something to do and something to talk about. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go back there and then. Donnellan, yeah. So we'll change the weather back to keep it consistent. And we'll change the music back. So yeah, let's go explore Zaharak. I don't know if I mentioned, but this music that I'm playing here is called the Hall of Flames. Most people will recognize it in A Realm Reborn, in the Grand Company area in Ul'dah. It's one of my favorite themes. I have a funny story to tell about the Grand Companies. So, on my main, when I got to the Grand Company sort of quest where I had to pick one between the Order of the Twin Adder, the Maelstrom, or the Immortal Flames. So obviously the quest was, you know, go and hear basically each person's sort of speech. So on my main, I narrowed it down to, okay, who has the better speech out of the three? And the first time around, it was the Grand Seer of Gridania that I felt, okay, she had the better speech. So I'm going to go to the Order of Twin Adder. And that'll be my Grand Company on my main. So the funny story is when I did it on my main, got Garlean ships overhead somewhere. But when I did it on my alt, I got to the same quest and I was having a trouble time because my alt, even though it's based off of this character here, I did try to make her look a little more like an Alamegan. So when I was playing, I was like, okay, I'm definitely gonna do the Immortal Flames Grand Company this time. I mean, not that it matters, because I think they're pretty much just, no, they're all pretty much the same as far as like quests and stuff like that. Well, the same, or maybe different, but similar. But it's not like one is better than the other. Let's see, so this is Zaharak. So, smudge through. So, going in there on my alt, I had the same mentality. I was like, okay, who has the better speech? And it was, I cannot say her name. I know the name, but I can't say it. The leader of Limsa Lamensa, like, she had the better speech for me. So I went Maelstrom instead of Immortal Flames, because Raban's speech is more like, look at me, I have gold. We have lots of jewels and we could do anything. So, yeah, let's get like a nice view of this area here. But the funny story about the Raban speech is in this version, because I pulled it up while I was looking at the cutscenes. It was just a random one that I clicked on. His speech is actually better. Like, I wouldn't say maybe better, but like you can connect to more in this version. Because in this version, he talks more about, oops, like, him and his people have the power to do anything. It's not so much like, here we have lots of money, we can do anything. It's like, no, we're a strong people and we can do anything. I'll smudge patch this. This area does kind of look similar to, like, probably just the structures. It does look similar to A Realm Reborn. It's like some windows in the mountains there. See what's in here. It's probably just gonna be a generic cave. Oh, nope, we're out of bounds. Reached an out of bounds area. Oh, that's interesting. These cutouts in the rock, they look like something is supposed to be here. So I wonder if it's just not... Oh, this isn't like an invisible wall here. I'm kind of afraid to step through. No, it's just another invisible wall. That's interesting. And now we see what it looks like down on the bottom of these cliffs. The landscape is like so large. Yeah, I wonder if this is just an area that's just not loaded in. Because cutouts in the rock here look very specific. Even though these look like they've been... Oh, that's strange. Huh, interesting. So I think this is the... Yeah, this is the bottom area. So let's go back to... Broken water. On 8002. So as much as I really want to play FF12, and I have played it a little bit, I just forgot how cool that cutscene is. Like, it really gives off that sort of Star Wars sort of vibe, and like there's nothing wrong with that, honestly. Like, I forgot how cool that cutscene was. And like now I'm very like eager to play through the whole game. It's unfortunate though that like I want to play FF14 and I want to play Final Fantasy 11. So it's like, well, see, if I play FF11, I would probably only play it for the story. Like, yeah, really I would just play it for the story. Maybe do some things here and there. I probably wouldn't go as far as I'm going with FF14, where I'm trying to do literally every side quest. To make sure I'm going a different route here, okay. Sometimes I bring up the map and I'm not actually really paying attention to it. Just trying to keep myself like on the road. I played FF11 a little bit just to kind of get an idea of what it's about. I know they made it easier to solo, so more than likely I'll have a guide right next to me to help me get through it. But I am looking forward to the day where I can actually sit down and just start playing FF11. Because even though the I almost said RPG, but MMORPG is a lot slower. Like, I honestly don't really mind it. That's why I think, like, if they did, like, a legacy server of this, like, I honestly wouldn't mind playing it. Got another one of these. There's no levy quests. I think that's obviously something we'll have to unlock. That just takes me to... Yeah, broken water. I can set this as my home point too. Huh. That's interesting. So then if I'm doing something in another town, if I wanted to warp really at a specific point in the map, I can just warp there. That's interesting. This almost looks like it's like the Grand Canyon almost. It's very like cliffy, like large cliffs and stuff like that. See if there's anything down here. Doesn't look like it. Whoops. Getting the camera stuck in the foliage there. So, some people might notice, so like, regarding the channel and everything, I'm trying to, I'm continually updating things. So like, one thing in particular are the thumbnails. I'm trying to make them a little more, like, illustrative. So like the Cortez video got a new thumbnail that's a little more illustrative. And I'm starting to do that with the other thumbnails too. That way the videos can get a little more appeal. So I'm trying to give a video like each video its own unique like thumbnail. I'm trying to do like an artistic logo of some sort with each video. So I know one of them in Thanalan has the Ul'dah symbol or the crest. That may end up being changed to something that's a little more fitting to where the location is in the video. Because even though Ul'dah is a part of Thanalan, that crest, whatever you want to call it, would be more fitting until we actually get to Ul'dah. So we're just going back up here. We should go explore the other areas here. Here, let's do, I think it was 67. Yeah. And then we'll change the weather back to how we want it. Yeah, we'll go down and look at this area here. Surprisingly, FF12 looks really good on the Switch. Like, you can tell that it was a PS2 game. I was kind of hoping that the textures were a lot sharper, but maybe it looks better on the PS4 version. But I mean, it still looks amazing on the Nintendo Switch. The battle system is probably going to take some time to getting used to. I kind of forgot about the whole turn-based sort of battle system. Well, I guess it's not really turn-based, it's more like action-based, but like hitting a button and waiting for the character to attack. It takes them like 2-3 seconds to attack, and it's kind of like, it's like I feel like my character is attacking a little too slow sometimes. But yeah, I really, I think it's just something to take some time to getting used to. It's not bad in any means, don't get me wrong. It's just, yeah, it's just something I'm gonna have to learn. I'm looking forward to seeing what, like, the story and what it's about. Because I know a lot of people say that game is really good. That's been the kind of thing with me that I noticed in probably like within the last 2 years, other than 7 Remake, is most of the games that I'm playing now are like almost 10, 15 years old. Everybody's out playing Elden Ring and I'm playing a version of FF14 that existed 10 years ago. Now I'm playing FF12 in between. And then pretty soon I'm going to be playing patch 6.0 and current FF14. Which, I mean, I know it's not. I mean, I know it's just being released, so like, but it's still part of a game that's been around for a long time. I am excited about patch 6.1 though. Like, a lot of the stuff they're doing looks like it's going to be really cool. Though, since I briefly watched Zeppla talk about it, and I did watch parts of the live letter, because things like that I kind of want to keep myself in the dark about, because it's like I like the sense of like wonder of like, where am I gonna go next? And that's another thing that excites me, is the new areas. Because in current FF14, because of all the crafting and stuff that I gotta do, I do spend a lot of time in the main cities, or like in the zones in a Realm Reborn. But at least the more recent thing I have been doing was the Ruby, like the Ruby quests and stuff like that. So that new zone, I can't remember what the town was called, but that was actually really cool to see. I think you go there right after you, yeah, you fight, let's see, it was Ruby, I think it was Sapphire. You fight Sapphire, and then I think you go to that town there. It's a small zone, but it's still quite, like, really cool to see. It was quite cool to see. Get all, like, proper here. Fancy words. I quite agree. Okay, it's probably just another, like, type of cave we've already seen. Let's see, where should we go next? Go up and around. Yeah, let's head down there. I just love the, like, Grand Canyon sort of vibes in this area. Here, let's change it back, if I can type. Change it back to the Hall of Flames. Oh, no, we want to go around. Oh, I did go the wrong way. This is not where we want to go. I was thinking this ramp was the one over here. Yeah, so the plan is, since 6.1 is releasing tomorrow, I do plan on uploading 6.1, or Newfound Adventure, I should say specifically, alongside the Around Remembered series. So it might be a little bit more work, but honestly I don't mind, because like doing all this like YouTube video series, stuff like that actually is makes me feel productive. But yeah, I can't wait to start uploading for Newfound Adventure and just seeing, because the thing I enjoyed most about Endwalker was playing through FF14 with other players that also don't know what they're getting into. Make sure I'm going the right way here. Okay, yeah, we gotta go up this ramp. But yeah, it was so refreshing to see like new, or not new players, but well, I guess new players, but every player in a zone with you, going through the same story and experiencing like, well, I guess part of the game that like they haven't experienced. I am going the wrong way. Here, I am getting lost. Even with having a map. Let's walk down the mountain here. I could increase my character's running speed, but part of the exploration is really just getting lost. And even though it's repetitive, I still don't like just breezing through it. Cause like even though, like I said, repetitive, there's still like stuff to look at. But yeah, like when I started up Endwalker, it was kind of nice seeing like all the players doing the same thing. Cause like going through like Shadowbringers and stuff like that, there were like a few players here and there. But like when the servers were packed full of players, everybody wanting to play Endwalker, it was nice to see like lots of players everywhere. That's also something I'm kind of curious about. I just thought about this, like if you're a legacy player who played this version, let me know like how you felt about Endwalker. I mean, most of us know by now that it's like literally like the greatest ending you could possibly have for a 10-year saga. But I'm curious to know like what the Legacy players thought of, because they've been with this game since the beginning. And to see that Hydaelyn Zodiark story come to a close. Yeah, let's go where the red labyrinth is. Kind of walk around this area here. I'm kind of debating on, like, if I want to replay the story of Endwalker, like, right away. Like, after Newfound Adventure, because I've been really wanting to replay Endwalker since I first beat the story. But I think I'm just gonna leave that up to my alt. I kinda wish I went through Endwalker though with my original Roe character. I've gotten used to being Lalafell for a while, and unfortunately I decided that, I mean, it still had the same impact, but it would probably have been more meaningful if I had my original Warrior of Light that I started A Realm Reborn with. That was kind of like the idea that I wanted to do, redo the story of Endwalker, is in my original Roe character. See, I did change my character back before I did Endwalker, but like for some reason the Roe character he just seemed a lot slower for some reason. Like I know the character is like a big Hulk, but it just seemed like I was moving around so much slower. Thought that was a path up there, but it was just something else. Okay. Let's see, where else have we gone? It's really just down there. Yeah, we'll go down there and then we'll teleport back. So I won't spoil anything about Endwalker because I know a lot of people are playing it, but I did not expect a lot of the things that happened in Endwalker. It was just like, I'm sure it taken everybody by surprise. It took me by surprise. Like some of the plot twists and stuff like that. But that's like what in my eyes makes a good Final Fantasy game. It's just like they do the stuff, like you expect things to go a certain way, but they make it so that defeats your expectations. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to the future of Final Fantasy 14. Cause I still plan on playing it for a very long time. Like even this version, like Like, I hope Project Meteor continually updates this and gets like more monsters in it. That way, you know, we can fight different monsters and stuff like that. Let's see, we should almost be... Yeah, we're almost there. Ooh, we're starting to get into some lighter green trees over here. Oh, wow. For a moment there, I thought we were almost entering, like, closer and closer to the Black Shroud. But see, this is the kind of stuff that keeps these areas interesting. Like, a lot more greenery here. I wonder if they're like the Emolga that were down here, or like what kind of monsters were over here. I almost wonder what was supposed to be down here. Yeah, we're kind of just... Yeah, something we've kind of already seen. So, okay, yeah, let's teleport back. So, this will conclude our exploration of Donnellan. So it's been interesting walking around Donnellan and just seeing how it used to look like. There are some aspects that are still similar to it in A Realm Reborn, but like the Grand Canyon sort of aesthetic to it, it's like very appealing to me. So yeah, this will conclude Donnellan. In our next video, we're gonna be in La Noscea. So if you're interested in seeing more content like this, please hit a like, subscribe, and tell me about other things you'd like to see. So thanks for watching and take care, everyone.